Hey guys, it's Raul again, and today I'm bringing you the Creatures of the Night tag. Cue thunder, lightning, and scary music, because I don't know how to do that with my computer yet. But anyways, the Creatures of the Night tag is a tag that was created by Katytastic, and I was tagged by Janie from Bookworms Buddy, and this is basically just a bunch of Creatures of the Night and books that contain these creatures and fun things. So in kind of thinking of responses and things to talk about with all of these characters, I kind of realized that I don't really read too much varied things, so it was really hard for me to find books that had every single one of these creatures in them. So I don't know, there's one of them in there that I just could not for the life of me find, and I will let you guys know which one it is eventually. You'll see what it is. So yeah, let's just do this. Now the first one is Vampire, and I know that a lot of people in this one choose Twilight, and obviously, you know, we must mention Twilight in this one, but I've chosen The Strain by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan. I haven't finished this book yet, but I'm really loving it. I'm more than halfway through, and yeah, these vampires, holy crap, are just terrifying and so awesome, and I'm really loving them. The second one is Werewolf, and I, for the life of me, could not find anything with a werewolf in it other than, again, Twilight. Does Mortal Instruments have a werewolf in there? Yes, Mortal Instruments has werewolves. I mean, yeah, I guess. That's just gonna have to count. Number 3 is Zombies, and that is another book that I'm currently reading, and that is Rotten Ruin by Jonathan Mayberry. I'm absolutely loving this book. I'm definitely going to finish this by today. This is awesome. Just, oh my god, so good. I mean, I'll talk about it in my wrap-up eventually, but Rotten Ruin, yes. And number 4 is Ghost, and for that I've chosen 2 books, one of them being The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a book I recently read and really enjoyed and had a ghost in it, so I had to mention it in this one. And the next book is What the Night Knows by Dean Koontz. I know I've mentioned this book in a couple of my other videos, but this is just definitely one of my favorite ghost stories that I've read. So awesome. So if you haven't heard about this or checked it out, definitely do, because this is a great ghost story. The next one is Witch, Warlock, or Spellcaster, and for this, the book that I've chosen may be a little controversial for you guys, but I enjoyed it, and that was Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I haven't read any of the other books in this series, and I only own the movie edition cover of it, so I don't know, I really enjoyed this first one. I heard the rest of the series isn't that great, and it kind of gets worse, so like I said, I haven't read the other books in the series, but really enjoyed this one, so I had to mention this one for this category because I loved it. And the next one is Fairy or Fae, and for this I've chosen the Mortal Instruments series because I absolutely loved the fairies in this one. They were evil and horrible and just terrifying, and I loved that aspect that they made the fairies in this one the villains and so scary and so great. And for those of you who have read this series to the end, know kind of how it ended up with the fairies and everything. So I'm really excited to get to the next series that Cassandra Clare is doing that I think will hopefully bring to light more of what happened to the fairies. So I'm really excited. I will probably insert a picture somewhere of the cover because it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and I've already pre-ordered this book. So yeah. And the next one is Demon, and this is a book that I haven't mentioned here on this channel, and that is Lucifer's Blood by Linda Rios Brooks. This is the first book in the Reluctant Demon Diaries, and this is another kind of biblical retelling, and it revolves around this kind of minor demon who's kind of set to kind of watch Earth and see kind of what's going on, and obviously it takes place in biblical times and all of that stuff, so creation and the flood and all of that fun stuff, and he kind of, you know, reports to Lucifer and kind of tells him what's going on, and I feel so bad for him because he gets beat up so much. Lucifer just kind of really kicks him around. But this is a great series for those of you who are looking for another kind of Christian fiction to get into. This is a great series. I've only read the first 2 books in this series, but I am hoping to get to the next ones. This is a great kind of demon, you know, book revolving around demons. It was awesome, so check this one out too. The next one is Angel, and I don't know if this counts, but I picked Maximum Ride. I mean, they're kids with wings, so they're somewhat angels, and one of the kids in there's name is Angel, so I don't know. I picked this one. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't know what else to choose because I mean, like I said, I haven't really read too much variation, with these creatures, so it was a little difficult for me. So yeah, I picked Maximum Ride by James Patterson. The next one is Alien, and I have chosen for this The Taking by Dean Koontz. I know I've mentioned it before, but I just had to mention it again because this is another one of my favorite alien stories revolving around aliens and things. This is awesome, so good, so scary. Yeah, I had to mention this one. And then the next one is probably another little controversial, but I really enjoyed it, and that was The Host by Stephanie Myers. I like this more than the Twilight series when I read Twilight before, and at the time when I read this I enjoyed it. I haven't reread it since then, but I remember really liking this and liking it more than Twilight when I read it. So yeah, I had to mention The Host also because I thought this was a pretty cool story. So yeah. And the next one is Superpowered Human, and that is a book that a lot of people already know and probably have already mentioned. I do not own a physical copy. I only have this on my Nook, but that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Yeah, a lot of you already know what this is about. It is super awesome. Everybody out there loves it, so I had to mention it for this category also. And then the bonus question that Trina added to this was Robot, Cyborg, or Android? And for this I've chosen another Dean Koontz book, and that was Frankenstein. This is a 5-book series that Dean Koontz made revolving kind of like a retelling of Frankenstein. And Dr. Frankenstein in this book is somewhat of a cyborg. I mean, I know it sounds a little weird, but you need to kind of read it to see kind of what I mean. I thought it was awesome, and Dr. Frankenstein is super scary and great. So, I mean, this kind of fell into that category. I had to mention it. So yeah, guys, that is it for the Creatures of the Night tag. Thank you, Janie, for tagging me, and thank you just everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of the books and kind of other recommendations that you might have for books that fall into these categories, and I will see you guys next time.